This is the Morning Drive Podcast from Doubl T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
I'm Mike Hebert, owner of Cantex Roofing and Construction. Every day is game day, and we'll get it right when it comes to your roofing, construction, windows, and mirrors. Call Cantex Roofing and Construction today. Together, we are one serving you.
So this matchup, Jamie, between number 16 Utah and number 17 Texas Tech, it's the first time that you've been ranked and your opponent has been ranked since 2013.
Okay. Wow, that seems like a long time.
Yeah. And that was...
it's probably more your fault than the opponent's.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately.
Texas Tech was ranked number 15, and Oklahoma State was ranked number 12 the last time. That was November 2nd of 2013. It's Coach Kingsbury's first year. He lost 52-34. The previous week, Tech had been ranked number 10, playing at number 12 Oklahoma, and lost that game 38-30. A little controversy in a couple of plays in that game, and you gave up a late touchdown there and unable to respond. You have been good under Joey McGuire. The last 2 years, you've won road games against ranked teams. Mm-hmm. Last year, winning over number 10 Iowa State in Ames, 23-22, and the previous year in 2023, winning at number 16 Kansas, 16-13. So, I know that there's been road woes, under him, and some, games where you feel like, okay, at Wyoming or Washington State, we're like, oh man, can we win on the road? Well, I think have you solved that? Do you think?
Yeah, I think so. I think so. Yeah. I think you would say that you've been pretty successful. I mean, you haven't won every one, but you've been pretty successful on the road over the last couple of seasons. So I feel like that narrative's gone away.
Yeah, which is good. I mean, you don't need narratives like that. So I like that word, narrative.
Well, you need to win.
Sure. Right.
Yeah, and when you win, those bad narratives go away. Yeah.
Yeah. Are you concerned about their quarterback? Is he your biggest concern for them offensively?
Yeah, I mean, just because I think it may be a little bit of his jilted Red Raider, right? The fan that's been seen the Red Raiders have trouble with mobile quarterbacks at times. It feels like in recent years that hasn't been a big issue for you, but it's just I do feel like if the Red Raiders can have rush lane discipline and keep him in the pocket and force him to try to beat you with his arm, then I think you have a great chance to win this game and maybe even comfortably. But if he gets outside the pocket and starts extending plays and not just running, but being able to extend a play and then throw on the run, then I think you're in a little bit of trouble. So this is where your great defensive line and your two great rush ends, we want them to get after him, but at the same time, they've got to make sure they're not, giving up the middle.
Overrunning him too.
Yeah. And so, those guys in the middle are huge in this situation too, and the Holmes and Hunter and Gil Howard and all those guys factor into this because you just want to create that pocket where he can't escape out of it. Force him to be a thrower and don't let him hurt you with his legs. I mean, again, last year at New Mexico, 12 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. He's not a great passer. Mm-hmm. He's a great athlete.
And last year at New Mexico, he ran for 155 attempts for 1,166 yards with 19 touchdowns.
Yep.
So, I mean, you can say, well, it was New Mexico competition, but still, I mean, this year so far, he has 33 rushing attempts for 198 yards and a touchdown, and his longest was 23 yards. Passing-wise, he's 65 of 95, has yet to throw an interception, 628 yards and 7 touchdowns. His longest pass completion has been for 52 yards, so he's averaging about 209 yards a ball game. So not the biggest threat, but you'd like to see that interception number change on Saturday.
Yeah.
Kind of feel like that could.
Hope so.
Yeah,
Hope so.
Kind of feel like you can put some.
Well, just with your ability to rush the quarterback, you can force him to get it out quicker. You can force him to, throw it into some coverage because he's, being chased and trying to go avoid sacks, those kind of things. And that has a chance to change the game.
Yeah. So what do you think they feel like? How do you think they look at Baron Morton? Do you think they look at him and go, he's not the biggest threat to run? I mean, he can run, but kind of given his history and stuff like that, and that you're not necessarily employing him to run the ball a great deal. It's more about just putting pressure on him and getting him outside the pocket, isn't it? Yeah,
I don't think they're worried about his running ability. That's to say that it's not to say that Barron's not a good athlete. He is. He's shown you he can run. But you look at Baron Morton, he wants to stay in the pocket. He wants to throw, and he's got a great arm and accurate and all that good stuff. So they know he's going to hurt you with his arm, not his legs.
Yeah, so you just got to hope that your guys up front give him enough time to throw, and it will be interesting to see the quote great on great, whether it's your line against their defensive line or their great offensive line against your great defensive line. That could be a real war.
Could be a great matchup.
Could be a great matchup. Well, when you have two ranked teams like this is why you play these games, because you want to have, these big matchups. And this is a game that here early on will give a team a leg up in trying to get to Arlington and play in that Big 12 championship game. And I don't think if either team loses that it knocks them out. It just makes it a little bit more difficult for them.
Yeah, as far as for the winner goes, we all know every single game counts. Okay, every game you win or lose can get you into the Big 12 championship game or knock you out of the Big 12 championship game. It doesn't matter on who you face. But so any loss hurts. But it feels like whoever loses this game still has a chance to get into the Big 12 championship game. I really do. But whoever wins this game, you got to feel like it's one of the tougher games on their schedule, so it's a massive win. Mm-hmm. It's massive. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and obviously it's tougher for the Red Raiders being on the road.
Somebody asked if they have allowed a sack. They have allowed 2. They have 9 sacks on the season so far. So that's, again, you have to look at the level of competition, but the Red Raiders don't have 9 sacks through 3 games. Mm-hmm. So
this is the Morning Drive Podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
Time for this day in sports history. Today is September 16th, 2025. Here is Jeff McGuire with this day in sports history.
1937. Redskins NFL franchise plays the first game in Washington at Griffin Stadium and defeats the New York Giants in the season opener 13-3. 1960, Milwaukee Braves future baseball Hall of Famer pitcher Warren Spahn no-hits the Philadelphia Phillies 4-0 at County Stadium. 1993, Minnesota Twins Dave Winfield becomes the 19th player to achieve 3,000 hits.
Good dude. I'm a fan.
I've heard that rumor.
Yeah, I'm a fan.
In the year 2000, Sammy Sosa becomes the second player to hit 50 home runs or more in 3 consecutive years, joining Mark McGuire.
They had a lot in common, didn't they?
Now they have the same skin color.
Yeah, which is
so weird.
Oh, it's beyond freaky.
Oh, man.
2017, Nick Shimonek threw for 6 touchdowns. Receiver Dylan Cantrell had the go-ahead score on a 3-yard run in the final 2 minutes, and Texas Tech beat Arizona State 52-45.
Wow, I'd forgotten we'd played those, and that was they had their big stud defensive guy that then came and played for Tech, right? You know who I'm thinking about?
Who's the game against?
Arizona
State, 2017.
The linebacker, Jeff's favorite linebacker, came from Arizona.
Oh, Arizona. Okay. So I had the wrong school there.
The guy who killed the Baylor quarterback. What was his name with all the hair? Colin Schooler.
Yes.
Yeah, Colin Schooler. Yeah. He played for Arizona, not Arizona. Not Arizona State. Okay.
A year later, in 2018, former Red Raider Patrick Mahomes sets an NFL record of 10 touchdowns in his first 2 weeks of a season, torching the Pittsburgh Steelers secondary with 6 touchdown passes, leading the Chiefs to a 42-37 victory on the road. It is National Cinnamon Raisin Bread Day.
Huge fan.
Big fan.
And National Guacamole Day.
And the cinnamon raisin bread with the little icing on the top of the crust, too.
I think I'll go without it.
Okay.
Yeah. And definitely no guacamole on it.
No,
I would not
guac.
put guacamole on cinnamon raisin bread.
No guac at all, right? For you?
Ever.
Yeah. Okay.
Happy birthday to Nick Jonas, who turns 33, Mark Anthony, 57, Oral Hershiser, 67, Matt Harrison turns 40 today, Robin Yount, 70, and Tim Raines is 66.
Rock.
And on this day in 1620, the Mayflower sails from Plymouth, England, bound for the Americas with 102 passengers. The ship was headed for Virginia, where the colonists, half religious dissenters and half entrepreneurs, had been authorized to settle by the British Crown. However, stormy weather and navigational errors forced the Mayflower off course, and on November 21st, the Pilgrims reached Massachusetts, where they founded the first permanent European settlement in New England in late December. And that is this day in sports history.
This day in sports history, 6:49. Didn't go so well for Brian Kelly in his post-game press conference the other night, and he has now, quote, apologized via text with the reporter. Apparently, after the number 3 Tigers scored just 1 touchdown in the game, I don't know how early into the press conference this was, but one of the young scribes, and I say maybe it was an old scribe, wanted to ask Coach Kelly about the offensive struggles. He says, "Stop. Really? Is that the first question?" Oh, I guess it was the first question. Okay. "We won the game 20-10. Try another question. What do you want me to tell you? I just laid it out for you. We played the game to win the game." So then he attempted to ask Kelly about the Tigers' shortcomings on third down. They went 4 for 14. That's a legitimate question, right? And Kelly says, "You're looking at this from the wrong perspective. LSU won the football game. Won the game. I don't know what you want from me. What do you want? You want us to win 70-0 against Florida to keep you happy? Those are ridiculous questions, and I'm getting tired of it. The football team just worked their tail off to get an SEC win, and you want to know what's wrong. You know what? You're spoiled. You're spoiled." Wow. That's just terrible.
I'm all over the place on this one. If that was the first question after you win an SEC football game against a real team that was ranked 2 weeks ago, I'm annoyed too.
Okay.
Okay, if the first question you ask is negative after you just won a game, I mean, have some sense. Okay? Have some absolute sense.
I got that, but I mean...
Okay, now, he got a little bit deep there.
Yeah, he did.
Going into it, what do you want us to win? 77-0, you're spoiled, blah, blah, blah. Probably a little bit over the top. It sounds to me like there's history between the two. Okay? That's what it sounds like to me.
Could be.
But if the team that you're covering just won a football game and your first 2 questions are negative, you probably need to go cover a different team.
Yeah.
Because it seems like you're not real happy doing that job. So, I think Kelly was over the top on some of the stuff he said, but these guys work really hard. It's a lot of effort that goes into it, okay, all week long. The players, the coaches, whatever. They lose a ton of sleep. They don't even get to sleep a lot of times because they're working and putting through game plans and all that, okay? We've seen plenty of bad teams beat good teams in all leagues, including in the SEC. I'm not saying Florida's a bad team. They were ranked like 15 2 weeks ago. Okay, now they're out of the top 25. They're not a terrible football team just because they lost to USF a week ago. Okay, they won the game. The first two questions you're going to ask him, without any kind of, just sense of like, let me ease into this. Hey, what's this one mean, coach? Or
sure.
Tell us about how good your defense played.
You make a good point.
Make it about, hey, coach, I know your offense wasn't great, but how important was it the way your defense played today? Whatever. Mm-hmm. You don't have to be negative like that. Those guys were, I'm sure excited, thrilled, relieved, whatever, to get a win, and you're going to immediately beat them down with questions like that. That's a guy who sounds like he's not happy covering that team.
Mm-hmm.
Or he's really young and just dumb.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't see any of the video of that. I just read the article. One of the things...
you mean to tell me after a Lady Raider loss that the first question that when Krista Gerlich comes over is going to be like,
no,
you guys are going to be like, gosh, coach, you guys got beat down, No, it's going to be, hey, coach, that was a tough one, but how about the performance of Jazzy tonight or something, right?
Sure.
Right? You're going to try
to... Try
okay.
to... So at least
right, and so this was actually a positive. The team won, right. And it feels like you're trying to pull him down.
Well, I put a little spoonful of sugar, to make the medicine go down a little bit better.
Sure.
Right?
And this guy, after a win, feels like he's upset about it. So he's going, but coach,
yeah, but no, you're right. And Kelly goes on to say. He said, I think it's important to understand that, my standards relative to how we work with the media on a day-to-day basis need to be higher. And I take responsibility for that, and I'll be better in the future. He has bristled with the media. It seems like he's scraped it up a little bit in the past, whether at Notre Dame or heck, even maybe probably at Cincinnati. There's probably some Cincinnati guy that's going, yep, that's Brian Kelly right there.
Here's the thing, okay? Sports media members, okay, all sports fans for the most part, right, probably think they know everything.
Oh,
okay?
Sure, yeah.
Not the smartest people in the world. I'm just going to tell you that. I don't mean to break the ice and break news right here. Not always the smartest people.
Reading the room sometimes is not the best ability, right?
Your daily dose of sports and fun. This is the Morning Drive Podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
Get this from the Yates Flooring Center chat line off the Double T 97.3 mobile app, presented by Happy State Bank, Jamie. I'm in Utah this week for work. Conveniently, we'll be at the game Saturday. Awesome. Well planned. I'm not sure spies would listen to this show for football insight. There's probably some truth to that.
And take that as a compliment.
Yeah. Chuck, what knowledge would you guys have that they would want to steal? It seems to be a theme. Not sure how much knowledge is being gained from this show, Chuck. Respectfully, of course. Yeah, respectfully, of course. Yeah. Any weather predictions for the game, Chuck? Yeah, I was kind of missed on that too, didn't I? I was rolling yesterday from laughter when a Utah Ute fan told somebody on tech has never played in an environment like Rice Eccles. Okay. I was on Lake Placid this summer. Took the little man to see the Miracle on Ice Museum after jumping off waterfalls at Split Rock Falls in the Keene Valley. Hashtag Yankee Raider.
Lake Placid area is beautiful.
I bet it is.
It is gorgeous.
They'd probably have to be over 50 to know Lake Placid. Brooklyn, one of 5 boroughs. Okay. Boroughs, thank you. Jamie, if you go to Salt Lake, you need to go to south of there and check out the Devil's Slide Rock Formation. Really cool. Do you not think I would enjoy that too? You're probably right. I'd look at it, but I'm not gonna walk up it or anything like that. Those Utes will be thinking Deliverance when they go to West Virginia. Who doesn't? I don't think that's just exclusive to. I think anybody that goes into Morgantown kind of hears those dueling banjos in their head. Man. Of course you do.
Was that a West Virginia thing? Wasn't that more of an Arkansas thing?
I think it was in West Virginia.
Was it?
I think.
I've never been there and heard the banjos, Chuck. I've been there a lot. Never heard the banjos. It's a big old city and all that.
I got it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
right.
got like buildings and
I know.
gas stations and paved roads and everything.
I know.
there.
They do have paved roads. You're right.
I mean, somehow your vision of West Virginia, of Morgantown, is so different than mine.
Yeah.
Not really sure why.
I don't know. Maybe we see different parts. Let's see. At this time tomorrow, I'll be flying out to Salt Lake. So excited for the game. It's my 4-year-old daughter's second Big 12 game in the state of Utah. Wow.
Cool.
You're getting an early start there on Wednesday.
Must have gone and seen that debacle against BYU.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Hopefully you're 1-1 when you come home.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's my question, and this is all inclusive for the university. I'm just curious what you think about it, because I don't know if it was his news to break, but he broke it. But the other day, Todrick Gocher posted on social media a picture of the new basketball floor over at Texas Tech. Did you happen to see it?
Yeah, I saw it. I didn't see Todrick's post, but I saw it.
Saw a post.
Yeah.
Flat double T in the middle of the court. Mm-hmm. What do you have an opinion on that one way or the other? A strong opinion on that one way or the other? The flat versus the beveled double T.
My opinion is I'm tired of hearing people complain to argue about it. That's my opinion.
Okay. Do you favor one over the other?
I love them both.
Okay.
I love them both.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I don't have a strong opinion one way or the other. Love them both.
Okay. I saw that and I was like, oh, that's kind of, because it seems like basketball, especially on the men's side, has gone more to the flat double T look than the beveled double T look.
I think both are cool. I think people who spend a lot of time arguing over these things are just looking for things to argue about.
And I'm not looking for an argument. I was just looking for your opinion on it. I hadn't been in town very long when they added the beveled look or 3D look or however you want to. And
well, what year did you get to town?
Oh, I got to town in 1990, and I want to say that beveled double T happened about 91, 92.
I would have said it was closer to 2000 because I think it was after I got out of school in 97.
Okay. So, and maybe it was. Maybe it was. I
was thinking it was 99, 2000, 2000.
I just remember the mark.
And I'll tell you, initially I didn't like it. I'm like, don't change our double T. What are we doing?
Sure, right.
But within, I don't know, 6 months or a year, I'm like, yeah, it's cool. It's updated. It's cool. And now I love that they've brought the old one back to use that. I think it's great. I mean, it's like having two children. You don't stop loving the first one because you got the second one. You can love them both. Yeah, but I mean, people are so adamant one way or the other, and I just don't get it.
Yeah, no.
You can like one.
Yeah.
I mean, like, hey, I like that one better. But like, people are like, we need to get rid of the beveled one. But what? There's nothing wrong with the beveled one.
I don't remember it coming with Mike Leach. I mean, I think those two came at about the same time. I don't think he wasn't the initiator of it, as I recall. I think it was the marketing folks inside the university who just decided that needed to kind of refresh the marks and. And then that's really what it was about more than anything else.
Like I said, initially it was, to me, it's like, I don't want to change. I'm going to stick in the mud. Don't change anything. But then soon after that, I'm like, hey, it looks good. Looks good on our helmets. It looks cool. Yeah, and so got over it real quick and then kind of forgot about the old one. And then when they brought the old one back, it's like, hey, that looks really cool on clothes and helmets and all that too. Yeah. And I like the T with the horse next to it, all that. I mean, I liked it when Bob Knight put a basketball behind it. I mean, right. I mean, if it's got a double T and it's representing Texas Tech, I'm not going to have a strong opinion against it.
Okay, I just didn't know how you felt about that. Now I know that you love them both, just like. And sometimes your kids you love. Sometimes, well, you have two. or if you have 2, or if you have 3, if you have 4, if you have 5, sometimes the order of rank in terms of who you like the most changes with regard to the behavior of the day. Right?
No.
Well, sometimes you won't.
No.
You don't necessarily like that one very much because, well, you didn't really behave well, so I don't really like you very much.
There are certain days where one is more of a pain than the other.
Right.
But you don't love them any more.
I said like. I didn't mean love, but like.
What's the difference? I mean, there's no ordering of your children.
There's no.
I mean, one may be super successful, one may be struggling to get by. It doesn't change your emotions for your blood. It doesn't. I mean, they're your children.
Sure, no, I get that. I understand that, but I mean, some days I think people.
I mean, if you're speaking about co-hosts, yes. Day to day, it changes.
Oh no, I'm fully aware. I know where I rank. I know where I rank on that. I don't rank very high on that.
Children don't flip flop.
I don't even know that I flip flop. Let's see. Somebody says Bevel Tea was introduced in 2000. Okay, I just didn't think it was that late in it. It
was a few years after I got out of school.
Okay. Somebody says, yeah, Chuck, you're wrong on that. Okay, I don't know. I've got one son, and sometimes I still like my other kids more. Okay, that's from Marquise. Okay, I'm not sure what you meant by that, Marquise, but I get it. At any rate, just didn't know if anybody had an opinion on that one way or the other. So.
I think a lot of people do. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you just asked a guy who doesn't. I love them both.
Okay, that's fair.
The Morning Drive podcast from Double T 97.3 is presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction. Jamie's question of the day on Double T 97.3 is brought to you by Connecticut of West Texas.
Okay, gentlemen, I don't want to put words into your mouth, but I will say this. Do we all believe that the 3 most likely candidates to win the Big 12 championship right now are Utah, Iowa State, and Texas Tech? Can we agree to that?
Yes.
We can agree to that.
Okay. My question for you today is, if it's not one of those 3, who do you think could be the team that could jump in there and win this thing?
Just one team. Right?
Yep, I'm only giving you one.
Just giving us one. The first team that came to my brain was Baylor, but I think I feel like that we're dismissing BYU, but I'm going to stick with Baylor because that's the first team that came to my mind. I think they're explosive enough. I think they've got a defense that can help them in Big 12 play, and I don't know. I feel like that they're going to be a contender.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to go BYU.
They're a really interesting team to me. We just, I feel like we don't know anything about them, but they've been impressive. They're kind of like us. Been impressive, we just don't know what we know about them. Okay. My team is Baylor. I'll slightly disagree with Chuck and say, because you said you thought their defense was good, and I think their defense bad. Okay. They've given up a lot of points so far, but their offense is legit. Okay. Sawyer Robertson is playing great.
He's the real deal.
He's playing great. And that feels like a team that, man, if their offense is rolling, they can beat anybody. And it's just a matter of, will they have one of those days where their offense is just okay and they get beat because their defense is bad and they lose a 37-34 game because the offense was just okay. One of those days when they needed to score mid-40s like they have been. I think they're going to lead the conference in scoring. I just don't know that they're the most complete team. But that's the team that I think, if they got hot, could surprise everyone and win this thing. Now, at the beginning of the year, I wouldn't say it was a surprise, right? I think a lot of people,
had them.
If you look at our staff predictions, like 80% of the people
picked Baylor
to be in the conference championship game against the Red Raiders. But after they lose that first game of the season and they look so bad defensively, kind of gave up on them. But then, they get a good win at SMU somehow. Kind of felt like they were down in that game the whole day, and they found a way to get a win, and now it's kind of kickstarted their offense. They were really good again this weekend offensively. So that's the team that I think has the chance. If they can get the defense just to be, sounds like we're talking about Texas Tech in the old days, right? You could just get the defense to be just okay.
Yeah.
Their offense is good enough to win a lot of games.
That's the thing, though. In the Big 12, that doesn't win you the Big 12.
Yeah.
You've got to have a defense that at least is average, and the Baylor defense isn't average.
No, not right now. It's not.
And you could score 60 points a game. We've seen it, and lose 61-60.
Yeah.
Because if your defense can't stop stop anything, then you're just going to lose the game.
Yeah.
So here's the thing for BYU is that they could get on a pretty good little roll here to begin the things in the Big 12. They play at Eastern Carolina this week, so they'll finish up their non-con. Then they go to Colorado. Then they have West Virginia. Then they go to Arizona. So they could be 3-0 in the Big 12 pretty quick.
Yeah, they should be a 6-0 team. Yeah.
And then they play host to Utah in the Holy War, which I think that's. And then it gets and then they have a stretch where so as good as it could be, then it could crash right away for them because they play at home against Utah, at Iowa State, and then come here to Texas Tech.
Wow, that's the toughest stretch of any team in the conference this year.
Right? How about that?
Yeah, they play those three back to back to back.
And then TCU. So, I mean, man, that could be we're going to find out about them pretty, in the middle of the season. So
yeah.
That's kind of what they have to look at. And then, with regard to Baylor, let's see what their schedule looks like here. Baylor this week takes on Arizona State. Then they play at Oklahoma State. Then they play Kansas State, at TCU, at Cincinnati versus UCF. They could get on a roll too.
Yeah, this Baylor-Arizona State game this weekend, I think it's super fun. I think it should be an entertaining game, and obviously it's going to tell us so much, right? Mm-hmm. And that's in Waco?
Yeah, it's in Waco. Yeah, that's a night game. It's a 6:30 game. So you've got Arizona State at Oklahoma State versus K-State, at TCU, at Cincinnati versus UCF before they play Utah on the 15th, and then they go to Arizona and then play at home against Houston. I mean, heck, they could be 8-1 pretty easily in the Big 12.
So if Arizona State wins against Baylor this weekend, if that happens, I mean, I'll definitely change my opinion of Arizona State. I think they're a step back from last year. They don't look nearly as good. Scatteraboo was obviously important to them, but they just don't look, on either side of the ball as good as they were last year. So, but that would change things. If they win at Baylor, I would definitely feel like, okay, maybe they're figuring some things out. Mm-hmm. That would be a huge win.
Yeah. So, and as far as Arizona State, after they play at Baylor, they host TCU, go to Utah, host Texas Tech, host Houston, go to Iowa State. That's a tough. I mean, there's some toughies in there too. Obviously, when you're talking about hosting TCU, playing at Utah, and then hosting Texas Tech, that's a tough little 3-game stretch as well. Do you like this unbalanced schedule, or would you rather there be divisions?
Well, it's always going to be unbalanced, even if you had divisions, right?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Not everybody's going to play the same exact team.
Yeah.
Teams. So, yeah.
I think I like the unbalanced versus the divisions because it seems like one's always tougher than the other. That's what it feels like. At least that's how it felt like in the old Big 12.
But again, they can't be the exact same. Not everybody.
Yeah. Somebody says this: you guys are sleeping on TCU.
Yeah, I think that may be true. Mm-hmm. I just don't know.
The Morning Drive podcast from Double T 97.3 is presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
With Jamie Lent and Jeff McGuire, I'm Chuck Heinz. Come to you from the First United Bank studio. usual spot here today. Thoughts, comments, Yates Flooring Center chat line. Hit us up on that, or you can talk to us if you so choose to at 806-771-0973. You can use your voices. Okay? Use your words. Right? Use your words.
Yes, you can do that.
You can use your words. High school fan zone tonight. Coaches from Monterey and Coronado. Tomorrow night, coaches from Lubbock High, Friendship, and Cooper. Big old match Friday night between the Lubbock Cooper Pirates and the Friendship Tigers. Cross-town rivals. That'll be good, right?
I hope so.
This will be at the Pirates' place.
I think going in, you got to...
at Friendship. This will be at Friendship.
Going in, you got to feel like Cooper's probably playing a little bit better than Friendship is, but it feels like there's been 2 or 3 times we've felt that, and somehow Friendship found a way to win.
Yeah, Friendship's coming off of putting 61 up on Legacy, Wichita Falls.
Yeah, they're not very good.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And coming off of that, they had lost at Memorial in Wichita Falls by a point, 27-26. So, Lubbock Cooper, they beat Tascosa 20-14.
Yeah, that's
a good win.
Yeah.
But the week before, they beat Coronado. Well, hell, everybody's beating Coronado right now. 49-14.
Wow, that's hateful.
It's just the truth. It's just the truth.
Not everybody, just the teams they're playing.
The 3 teams that they've played so far, they've waxed them.
Yeah.
And Cooper lost at home to Lovejoy, 35-31. So I think it's going to be a really good football game.
Hope so. It always seems to be really entertaining and really close. And, great atmosphere, no matter which place it's at. So hopefully that's the case.
Yeah. Coronado's lost 3 straight. They lost to Wiley this past week, 70-14, so they're 0-3. And by the way, they do practice at 6 o'clock in the morning. That's their normal workout time. I thought maybe after the Cooper loss that working out at 6 was not necessarily punishment, just maybe a little extra work. But then I talked to Coach Roy the other day, and he told me that he goes, we work out at 6. I said, well, I see your lights on my way to work. Yeah. I said, somebody's working.
And back to Friendship and Cooper, if you are going to the game out at Friendship on Friday, I'd go ahead and get in line this afternoon on the way out there on 82nd Street.
Really?
It's just,
okay.
When you go to that game, it backs up from Friendship High School to about Milwaukee.
Yeah, because there's one way in and one way out, pretty much, right?
No, there's other ways in. But if you're on 82nd Street, it's pretty backed up.
Oh man,
that's the main way to get there.
That's frustrating too when you're trying to get to the ball game. Of course, I guess, sorry about you, get there early, right?
That's right, get there early. You don't have that problem.
Hey, don't leave for the ball game at 6:45.
It's not
and try to get there. It's to be there for the 7 o'clock kick. Do they allow you to put your blankets out now to save your spot?
I don't think so.
Okay, this would be too early. I
think that would be too early.
Too early to do that.
Yeah.
So, but they do that, right?
I have no idea.
Okay.
I have no idea.
Put your seat up there, your blankets, or something along those lines.
They have for the home side. There's reserved seating, so you don't have to worry about that.
Oh, okay. There you go.
No.
You just get your own.
I wouldn't guess that's that way on the visitor side, but
yeah. Okay. 8:06 this morning here on the morning drive. We get this communique. Dear Chuck, how are you? I am fine. I feel like Tech is cheating on us by not using the real Double T permanently. It's the Double T that we know and love. The 3D Double T looks like a bad design from a low-budget Midwest design firm. Oh, okay. Thank you for the Utah hiking talk that you give us. Gordo. P.S. Please tell Jeff McGuire that Gordo says hello. Gordo says hello.
Hi, Gordo.
You need to send him a birthday card or a cake or something because, man, he is a big fan.
He's a big fan of everybody up here.
Is this bash on Coronado Day? Hope it makes you feel better getting it out. I'm not bashing. It just was I get bashed for not speaking the truth, and I get bashed for speaking the truth. I was just speaking the truth a little bit. Sorry.
He took a break from New Home, okay?
Do better.
Jeff liked my joke.
Yeah, that's funny. Have you all noticed the new Big Noon kickoff commercials? Yes. The main character, while mentioning all the Power Schools locations, he mentions Lubbock. Yes, I noticed that. I thought that was cool. I liked that we were included, but Lubbock sounds like the oddball in the city's name. Still, I was impressed. Yes, I thought that was cool as well. I thought, well, first of all, it makes sense because Texas Tech is playing Utah this week, and we're in Lubbock, and that's where the school is. The game happens to be in Salt Lake. But yeah, I thought that was cool to get mentioned like that. And he said Lubbock right, so nobody can get irritated or get all in a wad, for saying Lubbock or Lubbock or whatever.
Don't you have to say it's in Salt Lake City? Because that's part of the city name, right? But you don't say Salt Lake City, do you?
No, you just say Salt.
But you don't say it's in Salt Lake.
You just say Salt Lake, yeah.
Do you?
Yeah. I think you're right, Salt Lake City, because if it's in Salt Lake, you're not playing in the lake.
Yeah.
Grammatically, you're correct on that. Yeah. In Salt Lake. Yeah. In Salt Lake. This.
I just never had heard anybody say Salt Lake before.
Yeah, Salt Lake. Yeah, it's in Salt Lake.
It's in Salt Lake.
We're going to Salt Lake, Going to Lubbock,
Yeah, but nobody says Lubbock City.
Yeah, nobody says Lubbock City. No, you're right. Yeah, you're right. Right. No, Salt Lake. I think that's one of those. It's like, do they say New York? Do you always have to say New York City when you're going to New York? People just say New York for the most part.
Yeah, that's fair enough. They
people just say New York.
And they might be going to Lake Placid. But everybody just assumes you're going to the concrete jungle.
Yonkers, or going up to the state capital. Albany.
This has been the Morning Drive Podcast, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction. Check out our library of Double T 97.3 podcasts at doublet97.3.com.